Can we kick off by just getting your reaction to some comments that were attributed to a manager of another SPL team, basically suggesting that perhaps the commitment levels weren't there against Aberdeen? What are your thoughts on that, please?
I don't have too many, to be honest. I think whatever games he's trying to play, well, then that's fair enough from his point of view. It's difficult enough to manage one club. He seems to be able to stick his nose into the affairs of a few other clubs as well, so I just concentrate on this football club, and we'll move on.
Just looking ahead then towards St Mirren, what's the tempo been like around the training ground and in the sessions since Aberdeen on Monday?
Well, it's probably been good since the semi-final, to be honest. The tempo last week was good going into the game, and the training's been good all week, so we're looking forward to it. It's another home game for us Saturday afternoon, which is the first time I think in a while. So against a team that we've done all right against this year, but the game's been very, very tight, so we're expecting another tight encounter, and hopefully we'll come out on the right side of this one again.
To what extent were you concerned or worried that potentially 120 minutes of football at Hampden perhaps had taken quite a lot out of the team, but obviously we did put together quite a spirited performance against Aberdeen?
Yeah, I think it's important. Like I said, there's a few, probably the likes of Kevin Thompson and Tim have played a lot of games now. Paul Hanlon have played a lot of games sort of in a short space of time after coming back from injury, so we've got to monitor that and make sure that they're right to play. The young boys then as well, Danny and Alex, haven't had a lot of experience in playing that many games. Particularly Alex has played now at Celtic Park at Hampden against Aberdeen here, so it's a lot of football for him. So we got to assess them in training and manage that properly and make sure we get the best out of the team, because we've got some good players not playing as well at the moment, so if we need to freshen her up, we can do that, which is good to have. But also you want to keep players playing that have done well.
Was that the thinking behind the omission of Jorge Claros, that perhaps you'd give Kevin a start against Aberdeen, then potentially bring Claros in for the St Mirren game? Was that kind of in your mindset and juggling?
Like I said, we've got plenty of centre midfielders, and Kevin has played a lot of games now in a short period of time. And we've got to manage that situation. He's been different class since he's come in. I think the 2 home games here he's got man of the match, so he's not one you want to be leaving out of the team, but we've got to manage it and make sure that when players are playing they're fresh. And like I said, Jorge and Kevin are 2 very, very good footballers. Tom Teo's come back into the team and done really well. We've got Gary Deegan and Scott Robertson now have trained the last couple of days, so we've got good different type of players in there as well, so we want to pick different teams. It's just good to do that, but also players want to play regularly. They feel when they're in the team that they need to kick on and play as many games as possible, but we've got to manage the team and manage that make sure that when we go into the game we've got a vibrancy about us, and I think we had that on Monday. We were sharp at times in the game, and we've got to make sure we have that get going into Saturday.
You gave Danny Hanlon his second start of the season on the right-hand side of midfield. It's not a role that he's that familiar with, but you seem to perhaps you've given him his football on that sort of flank. How do you feel he's coped there?
Yeah, I think Danny's a good footballer. I think he is a striker of such. He's probably more of a second striker that will play off somebody, and likes to come short for the ball, but he's clever. Danny, he's got a real football brain, and I think he can play on either side as well, because what he does really well, he's not easy to pick up, gets into good positions, doesn't naturally always stay wide, but will come in and play off the line as well. So I think we can develop his game, whether he's going to be, like I say, playing off a striker or playing in a wide area for us. I think he can add that to his game, and it gives him a better opportunity. He can play in a couple of positions to get into the team.